Page 10, Hedwig's theme. 3/4 time. We got sharps and flats all over the place here. This is just, let's just take this slow and careful. We'll work this out. Most of the time when we're going to be doing these sharps and flats, we're going to use the same finger that we would use on the white key for the black key. So at the beginning, your left hand is here, and the right hand is here. And since there's no sharps or flats in the key signature, I don't even know if you know what a key signature is yet, but there isn't. So we just use white keys. And we'll adjust for the black keys when we need it. So it's here, coming on beat 3. And we need it. Instead of the E, I'm going to use third finger for the E flat, because third finger's on the E. Here. But then I'm coming back to the, I'm not going to stay on the E flat, I'm coming back to the E natural. I'm only using the E flat temporarily. It's an accidental. Again. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Again, E flat. That's pretty much it. Let's go down to measure 10. You're here, 2. Now, I can't use the thumb again. I want to connect the notes. So I've got to use, they're saying third finger and thumb and 3. This is a style of fingering used in what's known as a chromatic passage. A chromatic passage is when you're going up or down using every note. So it's here. Use third finger on the black keys and thumb on most of the white keys. And that's what they're doing here. Here. There's other fingerings we could use, but this is fine. We can try it out. It's good practice. And then your right hand needs to come up here, fourth finger. Just come up a little bit, and here. Here, 4, 3, 2. And your left hand's already there. And then come down. Well, wasn't that fun? Well, let's go back and look at this again. Measure 9. Before all that mess started, you're here. Thumb. 1, 2, 3, 1. And as you come up here, come down. 2. And as you're playing there, bring the left hand down. And that left hand measure 17 is tied now. You don't play it again. You hold it down. And you have a rest there. That gives you time to get the left hand up to play the A flat. And then you bring the left hand back. Because you're back in this position. Oh, well, that was fun. Let's do it again. 2, 3, 1, 2. E flat, this, or B flat. And now that right hand comes up one note here to get those. 2. Left hand comes back in this position here. And that's tied, add that to it. Well, wasn't that delightful? Now watch out. Some of their notes could get a little confusing. I don't know if you understand them or not. On page, or on measure 27, you're here, the left hand came over, and then above the staff it says move to A. That's telling you your right hand you need to come up and put your little finger on A. The measure number above the staff tells you that. You don't need a note saying move to A, and you're normally not going to get that. All you get is a finger number above it. Did I say measure number? Finger number. Some number, you'll figure out what number. But the point is, move to A just means get your right hand, you're here on A. Sounds better with the orchestra playing. You go ahead and work it out, and then go through and get rid of the hesitations. It needs to be a steady beat. No hesitations allowed. As far as the articulation goes, you can follow the phrasing. Lift up. Lift up. Lift up. Now, on measure 13, 14, connect all that together. That should all be one phrase. All together. Then lift up. 24, lift up after the half note, it's a phrase. Connect all that together, and then the last line, connect all that together. It's all in phrase. I don't agree with their phrasing here. I typically don't, but yeah, it should be the musical sentences. And the lifting up is like taking a breath, just a short pause. It's not a pause, it's just a speck of silence is all it is. Dynamics, well, you're starting out soft, whatever you think soft is. And I'll measure 10, you go up a little bit to moderately soft. So, and they tell you a measure 13, moderately soft, where you're actually moderately soft, measure 12, or measure 11 really. Here, I'm moderately soft here. And then come back down. Well, you come down automatically because that's what a piano does. After you play it, it dies away. But now you're back to soft. But you have accents on those. Makes those a little louder, moderately soft, in the right hand. This left hand's very soft. So forth. And you're staying basically in the soft area then. At the end, slow down. RIT is retardando. Slow down a little bit and soft. When you play that note in the last measure in the left hand, those chords, I want to hear that. Don't drown it out. Here and then soft. I want to hear that note even after you've played the left hand. That's the idea. Speed depends on where in the movie you hear this piece. Sometimes it's played a little slower than other times, but 1, 2, 3. I think that's fine right there. 2, 3. That's fine. You can do that. They've added pedal, of course they have. Well, why are we pedaling? Again, we're pedaling for contrast. Because it starts out clean and simple. But then when you get to measure, 16, when you add it, we want overtones. It sounds different. And then we don't pedal any of this. It would smear it up if we did. We're just pedaling for a couple of measures there. And same thing in measures 25 and 26. And then at the end, I don't know about this. You don't need pedal at the end. You can leave it out if you'd like. If you're going to add it, that's fine. The fermato, you're going to hang on to that for a while longer, whatever feels right. If I do it with a metronome, I'll double that value and I'll hold it for 4 counts instead of 2. And then the pedal and the hands come up together at the end. If you use pedal at the end, but you don't need to use pedal at the end. You can just leave the pedal out if you like, because it's at the end of the piece. I don't want to add more sound, more overtones when I'm trying to die away at the end of the piece. That's what I'm saying. I'd like to play it with you very slowly. Let's double check our notes and rhythms. I'll give us 2 counts because we come in on beat 3. And for once, they actually did the music correctly, because you see there's 1 beat in the pickup measure. There should be another measure somewhere with 2 beats in it, because we got to have beats 1 and 2 someplace. And finally, at the end, at the bottom of page 11, it's a half note. Those are the first 2 counts, and this is the 3rd count. So I'm going to give us 2 counts. Ready, go. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Tie 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2. Oh. 1, 2, 3, tie, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, tie, 2, hold, 2,